Hello and welcome to Comics with Stevie D, a variety of vivacious and voluptuous vixens that each version is valuable to be viewed from this venue. This is episode 79 with Comics with Stevie D, and I just want to say these are beautiful covers from lots of great artists, and I hope you enjoy this show. Vampirella was created by Forrest J. Asserman and dress designer Trina Robbins in 1969. And I got a couple of Vampirellas. I like this for the artwork in it. She kind of has wings like stained glass. That's really cool. And this is a more traditional Vampirella type cover. And when I was in middle school, across the street on the way home was a drugstore, and I saw those Vampirillas and horror comics on their magazine racks and stuff. This is The Huntress, number 19 from 1989. Cover art by Joe Staton and Bob Smith. And what I like about her is attitude. She just expresses attitude, and also the rhythm in the artwork in this. If you just look at her and Batman and the angles, it's cool. That's what did it for this cover for me. The Huntress. And that's the last issue, number 19. And just a little brief shot, the first issue. And they changed her mask. That's what they did. They changed their mask over time. Next magazine. Storm. This is X-Men Red. Yep. From 2023, number 8. Variant cover art by Netties. That's all it says. And that is, I like the lightning in this one. And her cape and the wind, and it's really cool. All these are cool covers. Here's what I was looking for when I was doing my space covers and couldn't find it, but finally got a hold of it. This is Barbarella number 2 from 2023. Cover art by Selena. And she also reminds me of Kill Bill in this outfit here, but she's got a futuristic ray gun right there. That's kind of cool. Here's a book. I got a lot of these out of a dollar bin recently. Cherish, number 4 from 2023. Eric Conte. And she's got the longest ponytail, I'll tell you. It's like a horse's mange. And here's a very proud comic book. I think this is a painted cover. Wakanda number 5 from 2023. Cover art by Matthias Manhani. Or Mathis Manhani. And Okoye is the character. And this is Wildcats, number 2 from 1993. Cover art by Jay Lee. And I think her character is Zealot. And it's an interesting costume. Okay, this is a fun book I found. Vanguard, number 1 from 1983. Cover art by Tom Yates. It's a sci-fi comic. You've heard of the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman? Well, this lady don't have to leap over tall buildings. She just has to step over tall complexes. Look how tall that lady is. Here's a real cool oldie but a goodie. Spider-Woman from Forceworks, number 11 from 1995. Cover art by Jim Calafor. And what really makes this is the brick wall. It's just, and the gargoyle. It's kind of like a Batman cover a little bit, I think. But I like that blue and white uniform for Spider-Woman compared to this one here. This is Spider-Woman Origin number 1 from 2006. Cover art by Jonathan Luna. And this is more aligns with the way she's being drawn today. So that's pretty neat. And there's Supergirl. Number 1 from 2005. Cover art by Ian Churchill. And it's the cloud work and the heroic pose and the cape. It's pretty good first issue pose. Here's She-Hulk, and she just looks helpless here. Okay, Cosmic Collision one shot. Oh, that's not this one. This is Sensational She-Hulk one shot from 2010. Cover art by Gary Frank and Emily Warren. Okay, this is the one I misspoke a second ago. This is the one. I love the hair on this cover. Let me give you the info and then I'll talk about it a little bit. She-Hulk Cosmic Collision one shot from 2009. Cover art by, forgive me, Stefan Sejevic. All right. Well, anyway, that guy can draw. Look at this. Her hair. It's just some of the most beautiful hair on a cover. All right. Here's another oldie but goodie. This is... Where's the Hulk? Hellcat. All right, there we go. Avengers 144 from 1976. Cover art by George Perez. And she's got the whole crew that they give a lot of superheroes red hair because it stands out on the page in the print. And here's a modern version of her. This is Hellcat number 1 from 2023. Cover art by Pierre Perez and Marty Gracia. And the kind of computeristic image cityscape in the background and these colors, it does good. You know, I like it. And a character that's getting more and more popular is Black Cat, number 1 from 2022. Variant cover art by Ji Lung Lee and Dave Johnson. She's the smiling cat burglar. Some of these old comics are dusty. All right, excuse me. Mrs. Marvel. Number 1, one shot from 2007. Cover art by Giuseppe Camicoli. Please forgive me, but I like this because you see her farm and then you see her face. Sometimes attitude and expression conveys a whole lot in storytelling. Here's the Silver Surfer book. This is Nova and from Silver Surfer number 12 from 1988. Cover art by Marshall Rogers and Joel Rubenstein. And Nova is her other name is Frankie Ray. Alter ego was the word I was looking for. All right, Outsiders. Number 1 from 1993, cover art by Travis Charest. There's 3 beauties, Looker, Katana, and Halo. And they have intensity, all 3 of them. Here's the cover people like to make fun of, but I like this cover. The Invisible Girl, Sue Richardson from Fantastic Four, number 375. Cover art by Paul Ryan and Danny Belandia. I know I butchered, I'm sorry that, sir, but that's one of those shiny covers. All right, here's one of my favorites, Elektra. Number 1 from 1996, cover art by Mike Deodato Jr. And her ribbons, not so much on this cover, but they always accent her motions. And Red Sonja, another person you wouldn't want to mess with in the prehistoric age, or the age of Conan. Number 26 from 2007, cover art by Holmes. And lots of times on the covers, they have the villain and the good guy protagonist marrying each other's pose in some way or another. Here's a couple of Scarlet Witches. Scarlet Witch's Avengers, The Children's Crusade, number 1. I love this cover. It's simple. And it's the way she was drawn way back from when I was a kid. It's a variant cover by Jelena Kavik Djurdjevic. That's a mouthful. But she did a nice job on this cover. And this next cover is another Avengers book, The Dress. It's as cool as any Batman cape cover. And you don't expect her in that outfit, but they got the storm ravaging in the background, and it's like a scene from a Victorian romance novel on Lover's Leap or something. Here's one, The Phoenix. Marvel's Epilogue number 1 from 2019. Cover art by Alex Ross. And you just gotta soak it in a little bit. All right. And here's the featured section. As you're wondering, why hasn't he gotten a Catwoman? Well, here she is. All right. I got a few examples of Catwoman for you. Catwoman, number 1 from 1993. Jim Ballant embossed cover. And you don't see it as an embossed cover, but you can feel it in certain spots, you know. But, and then this Catwoman is an homage, I bet, to this one. It's in the opposite direction she's pointing, but it's basically the same pose. And this is a much more modern Catwoman number 10 from 2019. Cover art by Stanley Lau. And there's lots of good ghosty smoke and bats in the background. I don't know if you can pick it up there, but it's a really good cover. Here's another Catwoman. Catwoman can be coy before she pulls her claws out. Catwoman 1 year later from 2006. Cover art by David Lopez. And the way they put a sheen on the costume with highlights and stuff, that's really cool in this depiction. Here's Elseworlds Catwoman Annual #1. Jim Balent. He did the series too, the other series. And it's just like a bunch of Catwomans. But this is one of my favorite Catwoman covers. I just love the power in this one. It's Catwoman #10 from 1994, cover art by Jim Balent. And like they're equal in power and in ferocity. And Catwoman, she's outnumbered, but she's the alpha cat. And this is just a cool cover. Like if I do another top 20 covers, this is a newer book for me. This will be in there, you know. Heroes for Hire from the Civil War tie-in. Cover art by William Tushy. And her sisters are in light pencil and red pencil in the background. I don't know if you can see it. It's not just her. Here's a cool one in the Catwoman vein. The Jaguar Annual #1 from 1992. Cover art by Scott Collins. And this is just what I like to think of as a jungle kind of cover. You know, it's got indigenous people, and it's got jungle, and it's got, is there leopard skin in the trade dressing, and motion. All right, coming down to the last few. Force Works, and this is Mantis we're looking at. I couldn't find one of my books that featured her all by herself, so look over here. There's Mantis. From Force Works #19 from 1996. Cover art by Joe Bennett. And let me bring you in close. So the way they did her in the movies, they just made her more like Ant-Man than how gorgeous she was in the older times. But Hollywood changes everything. Here's Razor. Razor #1 from 1996. Cover art by Sandoval. And I like stained glass is always beautiful in covers. And again, just gorgeous artwork. And here's one that's just, she's going to be the Pirate Queen. This is Age of Conan. Billet #1 from 2019. Sana Takeda is the artist. And this is just so, it's, for being a pirate queen and what she's going to do, it's so soft. That's what I like about this artwork. How gentle it is. And she has to be a pirate to be the queen of them. And last but not least, Black Widow #1 from 1999. Cover art by J.G. Jones. I love it when their last name's easy to say. Well, anyway, there you go. Another beautiful cover. So I hope you have enjoyed all these beautiful covers of a variety of heroines and outfits and artists and renditions, painted, illustrated, ink, drawn, just all the creativity that goes into conveying a story with a picture and invoking an emotion. That's what an artist wants to do. They want to invoke an emotion. And the farm of a beautiful woman invokes emotion in lots of people. Well, with that, before I say something that might get me in trouble, I will let you go, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and all this stuff, and have a good evening. Good night.